We are glad to have you on board for a comprehensive review and critique of The Beekeeper 2024. The movie, The Beekeeper, stars Jason Statham, Josh Hutcherson, and Emmy Raver-Lampman. In this video, we will discuss the storyline, the characters' roles, and some interesting things that make the movie unique. We will also consider some information behind scenes as well as unknown facts so that you get the whole picture. Let's go. Plot overview. From an initial portrayal of Eloise's tragedy about a respected philanthropist taken through a phone fraud snare leading her to take her own life, this sets up the stage for a captivating revenge saga. Jason Statham takes on the role of Adam Clay, who is not only a beekeeper but also has a dark past as government operative. In order to seek justice for Eloise and others in similar situations, Adam goes after cyber criminals preying upon such vulnerable people, aiming at disintegrating networks responsible. Main characters: Adam Clay, Jason Statham. Background: Adam Clay is no ordinary beekeeper. He used to be an undercover agent in different government agencies with a mysterious background. This prior experience equips him with necessary skills and knowledge to fight against powerful criminal organizations. Motivation: a very strong sense of righteousness drives Adam's actions towards aged, defenseless individuals, often swindled by scams and left deserted without any help whatsoever coming from anywhere else besides himself. His relationship with Eloise's frightful story forces him to ensure that everyone involved faces consequences. Performance: by mixing his usual action-packed acting style with instances when Adam shows emotions every now and again, Jason Statham was able to provide audiences with multifaceted performance which made them support his character throughout the film. Derek Danforth, Josh Hutcherson. Background: Derek is a rich and corrupt businessman in the technology sector who runs a scam. He is depicted as an annoying, entitled character who uses his wealth and connections to exploit others without having any qualms about it. Role: as the main villain, Derek stands for negative shades of modern-day tech culture. His representation is inspired by real figures known for using their influence and wealth to satisfy their personal objectives regardless of how this would affect other people. Performance: Hutcherson played Derek quite effectively in that he was really disgusting. This made the enemy very authentic for Adam, thereby adding to the meaning of his role. Verona Parker, Emmy Raver-Lampman. Background: Verona also works as Eloise's daughter alongside being an FBI agent, which complicates her character's personality. She wants to establish what happened to her mother so that she can make sure that justice prevails against all those implicated in it. Role: the subplot involved Verona's inquiry into Adam's action along with her mother's murder. This offers a different view on events while at the same time juggling between professional ethics and personal vengeance. Performance: Emmy Raver-Lampman was strong enough to portray Verona as someone who is determined but still fragile. In addition, Statham's relationship with the lady goes a long way towards making this plot more rounded, thereby marking it out as one of its most important characters during development of this film. Key themes and symbolism. Bee metaphors. The movie extensively uses bee metaphors to stand for protection and social values. Just as a beekeeper, Adam's role is to protect the vulnerable persons and maintain order. Throughout this film, the symbolism runs in an interesting layer within its narrative. Justice and revenge. At its core, The Beekeeper is about justice and revenge. In his quest for revenge on Eloise's behalf and putting down scam operation, Adam showed that one could go great lengths if they are determined to correct the wrongs committed against them or their beloved ones. This theme of anger resonates with audiences because it touches on universally held emotions of anger and desire for vengeance. Corruption and exploitation. The film explores corruption among corrupt individuals such as Derek Danforth, who prey upon innocent people using technology, while other characters like Adam together with Verona represent the fight against such exploitation. With today's increase in cybercrime activities, this theme becomes more relevant, particularly in the digital era. Action sequences. Opening action scene. The movie does not waste the time switching into action mode, because within 30 minutes after starting playing it, Adam gets into a call center used for scams whereby he delivers one hell of a vigilante justice scene that is both satisfyingly brutal and fulfilling all at once. Statham's physicality and combat skills are highlighted throughout this section, hence making this part become one of the memorable moments in the entire film. Middle section. This middle part of the film goes deeper into Adam's background, leading to showing how far-reaching scam operations are. Scarface would be proud. Although packed with intense action scenes that sustain momentum, this section still offers much-needed exposition into what happened when those events occurred as recounted by the protagonist. It is through Adam's interactions with various minions of evil as well as his invasion of different scam centers that keep viewers constantly hooked. Climactic battle. The film reaches its climax in a high-stakes showdown at an opulent estate. There we find things like hand-to-hand combat, shootouts and strategic takedowns that scene as it all. In order to bring the villains to justice, Statham's character goes for broke and provides a satisfying adrenaline-fueled ending. Critical reception. Positive aspects. The Beekeeper received much praise from critics regarding its action sequences and Jason Statham's performance in it, where he plays Adam as an Avenger. Other strong points identified in this movie are the unique use of beast symbolisms and engaging themes such as cybercrime and exploitation. Criticisms. Despite some highlights, the film was criticized because of having a complicated plot and using too many metaphors. The balance between action and deep social commentary was not always managed effectively, according to some critics who felt that it made the movie somewhat disjointed. Overall impression. The Beekeeper, on the whole, is considered as a good action flick with a unique twist to it. Although it might not be as good or even better as some of Statham's earlier works, there is still enough thrills and interest provided to entertain most audiences. This, together with relevant issues dealt with head-on with excellent performances by cast, certainly make it worth checking out by those interested in this genre. Behind the scenes facts. Production insights. For instance, David Ayer directed this film, known for such action-packed movies like Suicide Squad 2016 or End of Watch 2012, which is his signature gritty and intense style in the action scenes of this movie. Jason Statham did many of his stunts, showing his dedication to providing real and high-energy performances. His martial arts and action film backgrounds made him the perfect choice for Adam Clay's role. Character development. The character of Adam Clay was specifically written with Statham in mind. It had been hoped for by the movie's creators to have a protagonist that is physically imposing and emotionally complex, thus allowing Statham to show his acting prowess. This antagonist was inspired by real tech moguls and scammers like Mark Zuckerberg or Elizabeth Holmes. The filmmakers intended to reveal a villain who typifies all bad aspects of modern tech culture, thereby making it relevant in the context of today's world. Filming locations. To achieve a realistic and immersive setting, the filming took place in different places. Every single location, such as an urban environment at scam centers or luxurious estates, used during the final showdown were picked out considering the film atmosphere. Special effects. The film blended digital effects with practical ones for explosive action scenes nonetheless. Some critics observed that CGI was not always on point, but practical effects as well as stunt work added realism into action sequences. Viewer engagement. Relatable themes. Relatability is another factor why The Beekeeper appealed to its audience after they discovered characters which remind them about themselves in this particular work. These universal aspects, among other instances, such as focus on fairness, revenge and fighting against exploitations, make viewers identify with the storylines as well as those involved in it. Action-packed entertainment. For action fans looking forward to an exciting experience, The Beekeeper is packed with energy-packed momentums that will definitely entertain you at your high level. This movie has very intense fight scenes. There are also some moments when things explode, and it is all brought together by Statham's very charismatic performance. Social commentary. The film also speaks to modern society and highlights the dark side of technology. By featuring issues such as cybercrime and corruption, The Beekeeper asks its audience to think about what these problems mean in a world that is not just virtual. Conclusion. The Beekeeper is an action-packed emotional roller coaster with a social message. Jason Statham plays the part of a vigilante hero perfectly, while the use of bee imagery throughout the movie adds an interesting dimension to the story. Whether you are into action movies or something with a little more depth, The Beekeeper is worth watching. We hope you enjoyed this review and analysis. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this.